our buggy running, waiting on it to warm up. We need to run home as fast as our two legs will carry us. And we need to get that leaf vacuum. And somebody is trying to reach me. Well, I am assessing the situation here, and I can just, since that vacuum is less a power plant, we can just open the far door and roll the thing right in by hand. Like I said, since we are less a power plant. Okay, so we're back. We need to consult the book in the desk drawer. And we need to get to the page that says John Deere 7800. So that way we can look and see just what this thing calls for as far as drain plug removal and how much engine oil it takes to fill the crankcase. Now with that being said, yes, there it is, John Deere 7800. Okie dokie. Did I write in here what size the drain plug is? No. Darn it. Well, I'm just going to go off of the 7200, which is 1.25 inches, I believe. Don't hold me to it, but you know, it is what it is. So we're gonna get our 1.25 inch socket here. I have I got an idea up my sleeve for draining the engine oil in this thing. I am well, just gonna go after it rather slow because I can when I crack the drain plug. Or I could just do it the wrong way and just, well, let loose all at one time. So let me find an 1.25 inch socket and we will see if that is the correct size. We didn't do a very good job of washing this. Well, it's nothing that a rag can't take care of. Nothing that a rag and some brake clean can't take care of. Well, we got our filter housing or filter assembly all looking better. I am noticing that there is an abundance of buildup down in here, but I am not worried about it on the inside of the frame rail because, well, you don't see it. So what do you say we slide on down here, just like this? We should have done this before we played with tires, but we did not. And lo and behold, an 1.25 inch socket does fit the John Deere 7200, 7810, or a 7800. I'd like to think the 7810, but I'm not sure about that 8300 we bought. So let's get this drain pan or drain plug broke loose. Well, we might as well put us a pail under here, because I have a feeling that a mess is going to be created. And we want to try to contain the mess as much as possible. We could go as far as to put a piece of hose here that comes down here and allows the oil to hit the bucket at a better aim than clear up here, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and we will get us a device to break this loose. We'll let the oil drain and we will get our pails ready. Oh, let's see what we got going on here. We will start with a ratchet. Ooh. Hey, you're tightening. You want to loosen. Well, if this battery box or the battery cover wasn't in my way, I could get at that thing a lot better than being sandwiched in here between the plastic battery box cover and the plastic fender, because we waited to do our oil change with the tires pushed in, which makes it more of a pain in the butt to get things broke loose. And this is a pain in the butt. I'm not a fan of using anything other than a breaker bar or a ratchet to loosen the drain plugs, because there is a risk that you can strip the drain plug, and I'm not about to cost the farm $27, $28, or $3,200. That wasn't too bad. I didn't get a rag to wipe the. Now there's no metal fragments on this. Okay, there isn't. So we're good. So we'll let that drain. We'll switch our pails out, and then we will let this drain overnight, because we need to get all the oil out of this, so that way, well, we're gonna have a mess either way, I can just tell. Nope, we contained it as best as possible, and we'll bring you back in a minute. Man, you really should have had some rags with you. But you weren't thinking, like everything else in life. Well, it looks like that second bucket is nowhere near full. We need to slide this one out ever so carefully so we don't make a mess. We'll let that drain overnight, just like I said, so we can get all the old oil out of the belly pan. Nah, I better put this down before I make a mess. We don't need to be wearing it. And then what we do is we just leave the pail in the waste oil drum upside down to get all the oil out. And if nobody can see my chicken scratch, then so be it. 1.25" socket for the drain plug. Okay, so it's about a little whirl after we wrapped up the last video. We're here to leave vacuum, and we need to access our hardware so that way we can see about marrying this engine up to it. Now, you guys can probably guess, or it's a no-brainer, this one is substantially taller than that one. So with that being said, even though they're both 6.5 horsepower engines, it's going to be interesting to see how this one performs, since this one decided to play dead and will not come back to life. But it would be fun to tinker with it, see what's broken with it, and see if we can't fix that and keep it around for a spare in case this one decides to play dead. Although with it being a brand new engine, I really doubt that it will play dead in the same amount of time that this one was alive, which was 2.5 years. I'll bet you a chocolate chip cookie we can get the rest of my lifetime out of this engine on that chassis. Now, there is a substantial weight difference. Well, this one, the Kohler, seems a skosh heavier. Well, they're both about the same weight, realistically. So that's not going to be too much of an issue. What is going to be an issue is if the mounting holes do not line up correctly, we're going to be mucho screwed. So what we need to do is get us a tape measure. We need to measure the holes on the back of the dead engine. They are right at 4 inches on the back. I think it'll work. I don't see why it wouldn't. Anywho, we need to, now that we got that all squared away, we need to figure out our hardware. And that's where I said that we need to get in the back of this trailer here and get our pieces parts. I recall putting them in a bucket right to here, but I do not recall labeling what goes where. So that could be a conundrum. Do I like conundrums? No, but it's just how it is. I don't think we labeled stuff. You know what goes where, but no. Nothing was labeled. Well, that's lovely because you don't know what is for the base and you don't know what is for the for this here, for this shroud. So we're gonna have to get it all figured out, and we're just gonna have to play, you know, let's find what hardware goes where. Man, this thing's tiny. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Okay, see, our holes are different. I'm not liking that. Okay, so this thing must be made up so you can slide this around any how way you want to put it. Maybe this guy here well, that must be for the crank to go through. I think. I'm pretty sure that this must be for the crank to go through on the side of the engine. I think. Why? I don't know. I don't like that. I really wish we would have taken pictures of how this went, but we did not. So one of the reasons why I do YouTube is so that I have video I can go back on. Well, this ain't what I wanted. This is where the housing sets for the blower. What I wanted to look at, and hopefully I would find in one of my videos, but I could not find, is where this engine bolted to, which set of holes, and that is where I have failed to take pictures, unfortunately. I have failed to take pictures of where the other engine sat, but I'm guessing maybe it came right here to this set of holes here where the rust spot is. But then what held... Oh! I guess there was a set there. So what we then need to do is need to see if that won't come close. So we need to find something a little bit longer in our assortment. Were these for the engine? No, because you would never get them. And I don't think they would go from the bottom up. I highly doubt it. Let's see, that is not gonna work because it is hitting right there. Okay. So let me get this all figured out here and we will bring you guys back. Okay, so I got it all bolted down. I used 1/2-inch bolts. Or wait a minute. Did I use 1/2-inch bolts? Hell, I don't know. Because a 1/2-inch wrench will fit the nuts. No, 5/16 nuts. That's what I used. Anyhow, the damn thing's bolted down. I don't know my metric sizes, wrench sizes, nor do I give a flying fuck. So, I'm just a failure in life, and that is all that there is to it. So, I got it all bolted down. Why that is not sitting square in the front, I do not know. Or is it? No, it's not, but whatever. We can always loosen it, readjust shit later. But I do need to see if this impeller is gonna fit on the shaft. We got mucho problem. That no fit. Will this fit? Okay, which way does it go? Probably wants to go that way. I don't know if it's supposed to be that loose or not. Where's the end? Shaft. Right there. I don't know, don't that seem like an awful lot of slop? I mean, I sure think it does. I didn't take it apart, so, what's this little bushy? No. That's what I hate about other people taking stuff apart is you do not know what goes where. Just great. Just great. So why do we take the key out? My God. It's where people just... Yeah. Oh. This thing... This and that green Mac are... Well, crap. This one you got 2 keys. It's alive. Let them sit here and build air. When truck drivers get here, they can get with it. Well, got the 2 inner beaters going. Took an oil pump back over. We had to pump a little oil last night. We had a little bit of an overflow. And we now need to start 466. I almost said 456, but 456 is already out to drive. That truck driver done took care of his own truck. He always does. I need to go over here to the building and start the automatic. So that way you can start building wind pressure to release the park brake. So we'll be to the building in just a little whirl. We'll get our Earls all checked over and we will start it. So there goes that one out the door. It needs some tag axle work done to it. So that's gonna get all squared away. This door is going to go down just like it should, and it's not going to mess up. So it's gonna go down all the way, just like such. We got an update on the other red truck. I think it is like, what is it, 146 or something? It is the 7th injector that has went on that thing. Also, a soot sensor. Yeah. Tell me electronics aren't good for the world, because they are ruining our world more than ever. They are. That's the fact of it. We could have been able to work on ourselves if it was an RD model Mac, but it's not an RD. It is a, I believe, a 2018 or 2019 Granite. Computerized bullcrap is what it comes down to. So we're gonna get over to the farm. We're gonna get started with what needs done for the day. Just remember too, I need to run down the road and get my grandpa's newspaper. I don't even know why he gets the newspaper. There's nothing good to look at, but it is what it is. So we will get that for him, and we will get on with the day. Step on it, would ya? kicks in at 46 mile an hour. The thing used to do 50 mile an hour, but I don't need to be going that fast. Plus, I would run out of road real quick. .45 mile an hour is all the faster we need to go. And there goes truck 23 out the door. Shop is set at a comfortable 62 degrees. We need to clean our oil mess up from yesterday. We did not look in the drum before we dumped a 5-gallon bucket in. And we had a mess. I see we got a mess currently. Ah, well, we're supposed to be getting some more floor dry today from Nahupa, so we will run around here with some kitty litter and soak up all the earl and everything. We need to take a scraper or something of sorts, scrape all the oil out here, get this all tidied up, throw it in the trash can where it belongs. So that way when the trash can gets full, we can go dump it in the dumpster. We need to fill our heater again because it is spent on diesel fuel. Not that we need it because we have the wood stove outside. We just use these in an emergency. We also need to go down and break a spot open for the ducks, but you guys saw that in last night's video. We don't need to recreate the same thing again. What we are gonna do is, well, I don't know what you guys are gonna see first. It all just depends on what I want to go after. I might let this sit until later. I'm not sure. Hey, hoo-how, why do we got this all bent? That is not seated correctly, but it is what it is. So let's we're gonna go down and get that broke open for the ducks, and we will join back up with you in a little whirl. Not sure what I'm gonna start with first. I'm really not, but we'll start with something.